Well, the Southland Stags team for 2018 has been officially announced. We've got two of the three wise men with us here in the form of Dave Hewett and Jason Kawau. Dave, we'll start with you. You put your first bones of the squad together. Comfortable with the names you've got down on paper?
Yeah, I am. I'm really happy with who we've got. We've got a few that we want to add from a developmental point of view, which will come in the next couple of weeks. So we're building for the future as well as for the current. But all in all, once the rubber hits the road, we'll know exactly where we are.
Yeah, well, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, obviously. I mean, you're striking that balance between, developing good local talent, but also looking to win games on the weekends as well too. So, not an easy balance to strike, but you're happy with how that's panned out?
I think, I am. And what I'm really happy about is some of the guys that we've been able to get back, they've got experience. And I think that's crucial because at the moment we are down on experience, and it's not because the guys aren't good enough, it's just you need time in the saddle to gain knowledge around playing at Mitre 10 Cup. And losing Lima, losing Elliott, we've replaced them with some really some good replacement players. And James Wilson's just one person, but he's an example who has played not only in Mitre 10 but overseas, and that'll be valuable for us going forward.
This morning you spoke about that pride of performance that you're looking for. I mean, give us some insights into what that practically means.
It just means performances that not only the players can be proud of, but the sponsors and the community can be proud of as well. And that's what I believe is synonymous with the Southland jersey. Is it's always a hard game, regardless of who you're playing, where you're playing. The opposition know they've had a game, and that's what I'm looking for.
Good stuff, Jace. What's your take in terms of the names? I guess James Wilson's probably the key one that jumps off the page. We had a chat to him this past week as well too. So obviously great from your point of view to have a guy like that who's got some experience, that you can bring into a lineup.
Yeah, no, definitely good to have Tintin back. Obviously we played a lot of footy together for 5 years as well, but a few phone conversations and a few. I guess it was just I said to him, mate. If you had a loose end, it'd be great to have you back. And I think, as Dave alluded to, you can't beat experience. And, having guys like him and Jackson Ormond and Tony Lambourne, they're going to bring a real calmness to the group, I think, particularly when we're on the field playing. So, I'm really excited about the group and a good blend of some new guys coming through as well.
What numbers are he going to have on his back? Because when he left here, I suppose you saw him in 10 or 15, didn't you? Really, but he played most of his footy in midfield, Northern Hemisphere, didn't he? Yeah,
well, the beauty of James is that he provides versatility. He can play every position except for 9, but he probably could play 9. But I'll probably see him as a 12 option for us. And the reason I say that is because, Dave and I have talked about it. It gives you another good decision, a good calm head as well. And I think 10 is obviously 10 and 9 are your drivers of your team. And if you've got a good 12 who can communicate and provide good information into those guys, then it'll be pretty gold. So I'll probably see him as a 12 with the ability to play 15, 13 wing every position. So we'll just have to see how it goes.
And I guess you've been true to your word in terms of some of those guys that have put their hands up through the club season, as well too. So what's your take in terms of what you've seen over, the last few months on the club paddock and in terms of from a Stags perspective? Yeah,
well, it's been quite an interesting club season. It's been really competitive. I mean, there was a period of time there where I think 4 weeks where games were only won or lost by about 6 points within sort of seven points. So it's been a really competitive competition. I do think that we've got a really good representation from that club competition. So if you break the team down, you'll see that we've got a lot of local guys here, guys who were born and bred in Southland. So we're really stoked about the mix really. And you'll see guys like Brenton Howden who have been around for a wee while, but have been toiling away. He's been doing the work, and he's been performing at club rugby as well. So as a result of that, he gets an opportunity.
So, Dave, you've still got some options and a wee bit of flexibility in terms of guys to bring in. I mean, what sort of numbers are we physically talking there, or what's your sort of thought patterns around that?
We'd like to get a squad size of around about that 31, 32, sort of that size. And the reason for that is a bit of twofold. Part of it is so we've got good training ability. The other part is we've got good selection opportunities. And I suppose the third part is development, like I said before. So really looking to try and bring in guys who are the future of Southland and from a rugby sense, and there's some young guys out there that it would be irresponsible of me as a coach to drop them in the deep end, because if that happened at Mitre 10 level, then the confidence could get broken, and then that's really hard to rebuild them. But the thought process we have is to give them a sort of an insight and then be able to pull them back again. And so I guess it's a bit like a dog that wants to get off the lead sort of thing. You give them a little bit, but then you've got to hold them back again. So that's what we're looking at now. But don't get me wrong, if we get an injury, they could be in right at the forefront of everything. Not ideal, but still, if they've been in our group, they're learning, and maybe 3 games in, we have to call upon them to actually perform. So that's sort of the mindset we've got around it.
All right. So what do? We get together on Monday, and then tell us how that run into Mitre 10 Cup will run.
Yeah. So we get together on Monday. We're a little bit different, and our final was right on the when the teams can get are named from an NZR point of view. And so we start Monday, and we have a first pre-season game come Saturday against North Otago in Oamaru. So that'll be a really good step up for the guys. It's an opportunity for them to be tested at a higher level without going fully into a Mitre 10 competitions or competitive teams. So really looking forward to that, and we have to balance our squad a little bit as well around who starts and who doesn't, because a lot of the guys are playing in a final this weekend. So we've got to remember that. We've given a bit of opportunity to recover to the guys who stepped out in earlier rounds before the semi-final and then after the semi-final. So they've had a down week, not completely off, but a down week. But we've got to preserve the energy levels of the guys who've been in the final as well. So selection for the team for that game will be a balance, but everyone will be involved. And it's just how we work from there, and then we roll into Otago and Northland from a pre-season point of view.
Good stuff, boys. Hey, congratulations on the lineup. Thanks for your time this morning.